As we go lower, different revenue streams could be the surprising outcome. These are purely estimates, but let's just say if you're a certain type of grower who's bought certain higher level of insurance, the lower it goes, potentially the more revenue we will see for the 2025 corn crop. Is you're seeing this blue line go lower, that's the revenue and the price of these 25 futures. So that's basically your total revenue from bushels only in blue is going down. The insurance revenue is going up though, right? That's why the orange line is keeping revenue stable. And if you're adding just some slight bit of sales in green, that's basically the cash value of the sales in relation to the market is improving. And then we have this last point, which is a projected PLC payment, which that is a pure estimate, right? A lot of times it's hard to match up to that marketing year average. But if we're taking all this against that red line of cost of production, even without yield increases, we're actually able to supersede that cost with revenue through multiple revenue streams as prices go lower. So it's hard for someone to conceptualize this until they start to see how all of those revenue streams stack up on top of each other. And this is where it gets really interesting, because the last time we had these types of incentives of the market to go lower to get more revenue was 2020, and we had the opposite happen. Right? We had a lot of people assume that the market's going to keep going lower, and they were selling even though their revenue streams are already stacking up to have a windfall in a breaking market. Right now, I don't think this is 2020 at all. I think we have really good weather, and we've obviously got like Stonex writing down 188 bushel yields. I think there's a reason all these things are happening. As we talked about yesterday, I'm not going to poo-poo those yield estimates necessarily. But I will refocus everyone, I think, onto this and just try to map out where your balance is. Because if this is your situation, if you have an elevated insurance policy, you have a few sales in place, and you have a high level of base acres that are corn, you may actually be in a better spot than you think right now, and a growing better spot the lower we go. So the natural inclination in August is to sell when you're staring out your back window looking at good crops, when in reality is like you already have that floor in place.